Welcome back to my series on Transport Fever 2. We are still here in Swindon, but I have done a lot of work on the train lines to fix the financial situation I was in last episode. And I think as we move through this episode, we should see a vast improvement. We've got a whole heap of fuel here coming in now, and I've got trucks in to transport this fuel to a link to the rail line. Swindon has also expanded like crazy. Um, we're 1978, so we have really cruised through the 70s, which I was kind of hoping to do because, we started in the 50s and we sort of moved slowly through the 50s and 60s. And so we've really cruised along into the 70s here. But look how much it's expanded. And we have a lot of fuel here to distribute. I think I'll just check in on the ships and just see that they're running at capacity. I'm pretty sure they're all getting full now before they leave. Yeah. And the ships are even borderline. They're ready to start making money, actually. Um, yeah, I think in the near future, these guys will actually turn a profit because they're running full all the way, all the way around. So, what's the priority for today? The priority for today is the passenger line and making sure that we know our buses were running really well last episode, and they were handling the situation. They were creating the problem of hundreds of passengers waiting to to move in between these towns. Now, I also have upgraded some of the high-speed rail bridges in the area just to um, help not slow them down. I don't want anything slowing them down. And we still only have this single passenger train on the line, but we're going to change that right now, and we're going to get a whole heap of passenger trains running today. Uh, excuse me. We should start by checking in here. Yeah, we put the crossover in last time, and I have fixed up that situation. And we've got a heap of people here as well. We've got a third high-speed rail line here. And I've got an idea for an express line running down south and linking from Hemsworth up here down to Kendall. There's some new bridges here as well. And I was thinking I might need like an extra platform in here, but I'm restricted with space there at the moment, so I've left that. These are still like two line links in a triangle here, but I've put a third line in here and fixed up this area a lot actually. I've straightened fixed up the highway, and I've put a third line into Maghull Station. And as you can see, they're already expanding as well. And I don't really even have a lot of goods coming in to Maghull yet, but it's really been driven by passengers and this new buses that I've got in. That's helping the situation as well. Now I have a correction to make. This modded train depot, I suspected that the left-hand side of the depot was decoration only because whenever I clicked on it, it only ever brought trains out on the right-hand side. Now, I always have the depots switched off in the HUD icon filter. And when you switch this on, you'll see that it actually has a left and a right train depot. So I kind of messed up. I want to use the left-hand side, so I need to click on the left-hand side depot. And because I didn't have the HUD open and that selected, then That was the problem. The problem was me, not the mod. Okay. Uh, Looking for train engines. What about here? Yeah, and the Hiawatha. Let's give this guy a shot. All right, he's fast. He's 160, and he's got some good horsepower. Now, I don't really have a lot of cars to choose from that can do 160. I'm not sure that he's going to get up to 100. Now, this is a modded car, and it can do 200. So this car can actually do 160. And I really like this passenger car actually, and I think it goes really well. Looks really good with this Hiawatha, right? Yeah. It doesn't have a big capacity though. It only has a capacity of 14, but who cares? This is a pretty boy, all right? He's not about performance or how many passengers he can carry. He just wants to look good, all right? That's what's really important to this train. So we're looking for that one. Yep. And let's see how I think this is going to look good. I'm not sure he'll ever get to 160, but he'll definitely, and he won't carry very many passengers. But I think what's important here that people want to travel on this train. It's a first class passenger car as well, which is why the the number of passengers it carries is quite low. Oh, sorry about that, mate. Oh my God, don't even look at that. That was 875 passengers standing there waiting for a train. Um, and he can only carry 154. So um, this train is not going to solve all of our problems in one hit. But I'd like a mix of trains to try out today. Like, um, to be honest, I've never got to sort of this part of my game and really explored passenger trains. So I really don't know what I'm doing here, guys, to be honest. Um, I don't want to turn the passenger rail lines yet into electric, and I will later on, obviously, in the future. So I'd like to still stick with steam. I don't want to go down the diesel route for passenger trains yet. And let's try the A4. I mean, comparing them together, 2000. What else have we got here? Uh, um, Carriage wise, I like this guy here. This one is 140 and the engine can do 145, but he can carry 21 and he's light too. He's only 30,000 kilos. He carries 252 capacity. Uh, Now, this guy I think will look all right, won't he? We've got the Flying Scotsman that we borrowed from the south has just pulled in. So we'll just have to wait for him. Yeah, I think this one will look all right. I think the passenger cars are probably a little bit too modern for the steam engine, but they're light and they have really good capacity. And I think weight plays a part in how fast they can travel. Um, have we got any passengers waiting coming in? We got more passengers coming in on the platform from the buses. We don't have a lot of passengers arriving here, but we have a lot of passengers that want to get out of Maghull and obviously go to work in the other cities. So this is an unusual setup. I've got the passenger trains using the middle line at the moment as the right hand outward line. That will change later if I do end up using the center line as as an express line, but for now, they're just using that center line, if that makes any sense. And we've got the old bridge here still, but I don't think anyone's going to get up to speed up this hill. We should put some signals in here, shouldn't we? Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be up to speed coming across this bridge, which this bridge has a 90 speed limit. So there's there's no way anyone's going to be doing more than 90 across this bridge. Oh, 81, 83. You'll get to 90 just as he clears the bridge. Okay. I might be wrong about that. Maybe, well, he's got really light cars. He's got the lightest cars that are available. I think they're only about 24,000 kilos. So, yeah, light cars, and they've got good speed. Yeah, this thing looks good. It just doesn't carry many passengers, 154. Struggling uphill there, but that is one hell of a long train. And once she's full of passengers, she weighs a bit. Those cars were, I think, 41,000. So 41,000 kilos compared to the Flying Scotsman, which is only 24,000, almost half the weight, and carries twice as many people. So yeah, I mean, I don't mind having the Hiawatha as a pretty boy train. Okay, but we will need some trains on here that where did my train go? I just made the A4. It's not in the depot. Did I put it out on the track? It's not on that side either. Oh no, there it is. Okay, sorry. Um, okay, so this is the A4. It can carry 252 passengers. And these cars are sort of middleweight, 30,000 kilos. Um, I think I'm getting the numbers right. Because I did have I was looking at the weight. If I'm wrong about the weight and the weight doesn't really make much of a difference to your train speeds, um, then let me know in the comments. That would be quite helpful. 73, yeah, she's a little slower, but the Flying Scotsman is a shorter train as well and has the lighter cars. So she's only hitting 90 up the hill here. But she's going faster than 90 when she gets to these second bridges, which means that's why I've upgraded these bridges up here so they don't slow down to 90. Well, that was a plane that just, I'm right near that RAF base, and that was a plane that just flew right over the top of the house. It's just a cargo plane. It wasn't a fighter, but yeah, I don't know how loud that came through the mic, but it was loud here. Uh, Trams are dealing with the passengers here nicely, but I'm guessing we have a lot of people on these platforms waiting still. I'm afraid to look actually. Um, yeah, and there's not many people coming out to get on the trams, but I tell you what, they're bringing a lot of people to these stations. So, once these people start moving backwards and forwards to work and then back home again, um, then we'll have a lot more movement in the cities. I think that is a good start. What I'd like to do is set up an express train from here at Hemsworth. And I'll need a new line, and it'll be a new line down to Kendall. Oh, sorry about that. there's a lot happening down here at Kendall, and it is a little laggy, um, especially when I use some of those. I need to actually select that, don't I? Yeah. Okay. All right. I just want to check this light blue line that's running in between the pink. So the pink is the all stop station, and the light blue is the express. And I just want to make sure it's running correctly. I don't think I have any points where they can change actually from the express line, but there is a second sort of passing line there. I'm not sure what I'll do with that. But yeah, as I said, I don't think there's any points until you come up here where there's some changeovers. And there isn't many signals on the line either. I want this line to be super express. So I don't want anyone else using this line, and it'll merge in with the standard line here, yeah, as it comes in. Like I said, I really would like a third platform here, but I'm not sure I have room for it at the moment, um, unless I did a complete redesign of the entry in there. Yeah, and it comes in and merges in here. Oh, that's not good because it's merging both ways on that left-hand line. So it's going into oncoming traffic, which is probably not a smart idea. So to correct that, I will put a point in here, and this is a huge one. All right, here we go. Let's get it onto the track, and magically appear here. Yeah, okay. That's a huge point. It's like 300 meters long. Anyway, um, I wanted high speed. I wanted it to be able to go through that point at full speed and not slow down. Okay, right hand side this time? Yeah, yeah, on the center line. So I'm picking the train depot that I want to use. Okay, we're going to use the A4 for this one as well. Now I know the Hiawatha is faster, but let's give this one a try. I've never even used some of these. Um, this is heavy, 40,000. I don't like the red. Let's switch it to blue. Can carry 22. Um, yeah, it's a 140 carriage, which again, the A4 can only do 145. So let's see what this looks like. I'll give it a try. I mean, um, I have I haven't used the bi-levels before, and but I have used the West Fleets. I have used those ready-made electric trains before. Uh, let's have a look. And don't worry about that extra train that I bought. You didn't see that. We need to see the line to put it on the line. And we haven't named the line, but that's okay. Line 1 is fine. It's like the most important line that I have right now, and I'll fix that up later. And you, my friend, are ugly. Oh my God. They're definitely electric carriages, right? They're like, what, air conditioned units on the top of those cars? Um, I might have that wrong, but it kind of looks that way to me. Like, um, it kind of looks like it's a modern car that would be on an electric passenger train. We'll have a look. Well, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's like an air intake on the front there as well, and it's just collecting the smoke out of the smokestack. Now, you, my friend, you look much better than that last train that was here. Um, yeah, don't let anyone harass you about how many people that you can carry. You look fine doing it. And we're down to 370. That's okay. We've eaten what 500 passengers since we started, so that's a good sign. And yeah, so you are ugly, my friend, but you can carry a decent amount of passengers. Um, and yeah, I don't mind the cars. It doesn't go on a steam engine, does it? Maybe I don't know. Let me know what you think. I mean, have I got that wrong? It just doesn't look right to me. And we're coming in on this side because this will be dedicated to the express line. And wait up, let me go. We have all of 18 passengers, but it's a brand new line. It was just created, and no one's had a chance even to decide whether they want the express train to Kendall. Now, Kendall is like our starting city where we started off. I mean, technically, we did start off in Fordwich with our first farm and a grain into the food line, but we very quickly moved a. Oh yeah, I did a whole heap of landscaping around the stone quarry. From this angle, that doesn't look good either. That might need a little bit more work. I don't like the look of those hills there. I don't know, maybe I'm super critical about my own work here, but that did not look great. Um, Maybe from a different angle it looks okay, but okay, we're cruising along here at 100. I do know from our speed test coming into this turn with the Flying Scotsman, it hit 120 coming up to this tight turn here, and we're not even close to that. And with no signals here, you should wait for us, buddy. We're coming straight through. You need to stop for us and give way. Very good, sir. Thank you very much, because we are in a hurry. 120. All right, but we can do 140. Oh, you see that bump there? Um, that connection that I've made into that station there is not a very good one. I might need to repair that. We're coming up to 130. Still not fast enough, right? Come on, let's move. Now, that's a bit ugly on the left there. That could do with some landscaping. I was super critical of my stuff today. I don't know what's wrong with me. All right. But we are not going fast enough. We're only just hitting 140 now, and I can't help but see the weeds on the ground that need to be cleaned up. 140 coming over the hill here, and on our way down to what, Kendall Steel Cargo Hub. I mean, we're almost at Kendall, and we only just hit top speed. We're coming through the cargo hub now. We just had some work done to it recently, actually. I'm not sure about it because uh, maybe we'll look at it later. But flying into the station here, we have a few more passengers here that are interested in getting on this ugly train. Um, I'm going to give this train a complex, aren't I? Okay, let's look at you from the outside. Okay, let's turn around, and yeah, I love you as an engine. Look at you. Stunning, right? Let's not look at the passengers being smoked out by the air conditioning units in the cars from the smoke. That's not happening, okay? They'll all have carbon monoxide poisoning by the time they get to their. Hey, what's going on here? Hey, mate, the Flying Scotsman at 120 top speed is just overtaking my express train. What is going on? That's not right. That's cheating. You've got less cars, and you've got lighter cars, and my ugly cars can't keep up with. Oh, this needs an improvement. This is not good enough. Oh my God, I just went through a building. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm in a weird mood, okay? I'm in a strange mood, and I'm putting you through trees and buildings. Super critical of my own stuff. Um, okay. This train is doing 115. I mean, what is it? All uphill to the north? I mean, that can't be true. We're just hitting 120 now, and we're barely keeping up with what? An empty iron train. We're coming up on the bump. Is that bump still? Oh, what? We're stopping at the bump? Oh, we're going over the bump really slowly. Look at that. Oh, there's a slowdown. Like he realized the bump was there on the way down, and it probably did damage to the train, which is why it's going so slowly. And he thought on the way back up, we should just go slow over that bump, just so we don't do any more damage to the train, because there's obviously something wrong with the train. That's what happened. That makes sense. Hold on a minute. We got a new car. Okay. That car looks prettier than the things I have. And the Flying Scotsman caught up to us as well. Look at that. He stopped at the station and still caught up to us. That's not good. That's not good at all. Coming back, I just want to look at. I just want a quick sneak peek at this bump. Yeah, yeah, that's not a good connection there. And I don't like the signal here. Um, we slowed down that. What if I move the signal back to here, to the one behind it here? Yeah. Will this make any difference whatsoever? Because once we enter that zone, that crossover is ours. But I guess if someone's going through the crossover when you arrive at that signal, it makes no difference where that signal. Now that's a nice looking train. I like that train. Yeah, those cars look much better. In fact, okay. Here's my landscaping work. I was quite proud of this. I thought this looked okay. I tried to make it look like a real quarry, and these trucks are picking up the stone. Nice new trucks that we've got, replacing our old man trucks, and I have replaced them in a lot of places around the map. Um, yeah, okay, you're coming back out. How many you got now? 164. You are more popular than what I thought. The people love you, but I do not. No, we've got to get rid of those cars. That's not going to stand. What have we got to choose from here? Well, we just got a new car, right? Um, this is a mod pack, and as time goes on, it'll release new updated cars to it. And this one can do 200 with 21 passengers. Okay, 21 passengers, and we can solve this issue here, can't we? Or do we go 21 at 140 at only 30,000 kilos? Or do we go 200 at 21 at 41,000 kilos? So I get an extra 5Ks because I can't do 200. I can only do 145. So I'll be able to do 145, but these cars are just as heavy as the China Type 25s, but they're prettier. They carry just as many, except I can carry one extra car, was it? Okay. But I don't expect you to be any faster, right? Because the cars weigh exactly the same and they carry just as many. So there should be no performance difference. No speed. Oh, the speed difference will be we're hitting 140 now. Yeah, we've hit 140 around about the same spot. But look at you. you are prettier. I do like you. Yes. Well, a lot of lag coming through that station. That station has some underground platforms there that are really messing with the performance of the game, and I'm not sure I want to use them in such a high volume area like this because I'm using them here at Kendall as well. You can see there's a dirt platform there on the ground to squeeze in more lines than what typically I'm allowed to have. It's a little cheatery going on here. Okay, I did go and do a quick flyover. I need to check regularly for industry closures. Okay, but I'll come back, and I think I need to review what I'm doing here. This is an express train, and it's not faster than any. It's the slowest train on the map. So we're going to use two engines. I was thinking about it while I was checking for industry closures. We use two engines, and we'll go with the lighter cars. Look, 'cause speed's the important thing here. The faster this train is, and these cars, okay, so I'm going to lose out on the 145 down to 140. So I'm going to lose 5Ks. I'm going to have the same amount of passengers, but I've got lighter cars and two engines. And I'm thinking, if this thing gets there so quick that it just sustains 140 for the whole trip, then people will want to use this in preference over, and it is making money. Like since it's made a couple of runs now, and the first run was basically empty, but that last run had a lot of people on it. And what does she look like? Well, she's blowing a lot of smoke, that's for sure. Um, little laggy, little jumpy, but I I do prefer the last cars, to be honest with you. That older style. Um, let's have a look back at you. But you are flying, my friend. We're coming up to the triangle, and previous speed record was 120 into the triangle, and you just blew through there at 140. Okay, well now we're cooking. All right, this thing is really humming along. Over the bump. Okay, we've got to fix the bump. We've got to fix the bump. All right. Uh, no one's going to be overtaking you, my friend. You are fast, you are lean and light. You can carry just as many passengers as anyone else can carry. I think we did lose a carriage by taking on the extra engine, so we had dropped down to 231. Um, we had 231 before, didn't we? Oh, I've got to watch out for those buildings. A little bit of a bump over the crossing there, but that's okay. Not as bad as the bump earlier. And we're down here in record time. We're already at Kendall. Um, this thing's not mucking around. I like it. I like it a lot. Uh, I do prefer the look of the older style cars, but for performance, and that's what this train's all about. This is a performance train. Uh, and I think by getting the passengers in between here and Kendall and Hemsworth so quickly, I think it'll draw the attention of a lot of passengers will want to travel on this instead of Mr. Slow Go Flying Scotsman that just flew through there. He's slow now. He's the slow train. Okay, I need to check on something. Okay, I need to regularly check to make sure there's no closures. There are a few, oh my God, 554 want to go on the Scotsman, and we've just left, and there's still 84 here. That's not too bad. It is drawing a bit of a crowd, but there's a lot of people that want to catch the Scotsman, right? and she's running full. I might just throw an extra train on here quickly. I mean, that's 8. We'll go to 9 trains on that line. But they're making a pretty penny. This is Kendall Steel Cargo Hub, and it's a little glitchy around here because I've broken the rules of the game somehow. I've got 11 cargo lines running in here and 3 express passenger lines. That's 14 lines in a single station. It's a little confusing, but I've tried to keep it clean. These are extra stopping platforms here. They're not pickup platforms. They're steel and coal for extra. Oh, well, the extra pickups because they've already got pickups on the left and the right there. Steel and coal can additionally pick up on the left there. And then the 2 outside platforms, I'm not even using them. One is on the passenger side, that's not even in use, and the one on the left is a fuel train just running straight through here and not even stopping. Oh, this poor guy's really struggling with this steel transfer line. It's transferring steel and planks, and he's really struggling. He doesn't have a lot of power. He might need to be replaced, I think. Okay, back with our express, Hemsworth to Kendall, coming in with 189 passengers, and she's good now. I think I'll settle on this as the express, and it's handling the passenger load well now. Probably will peak out at 231. Oh, we got people around here. Yeah, we're starting to get people waiting for trams. That's kind of interesting. We still got 1 or 2 people on this platform, right? Do we have a look? Do we? Or we just look at the train? Okay, well look. 572. Okay, 572. All right. Um, okay. Yeah, we're full. 231. What it I think I saw it waiting for a free path. What are you what are you stopping for? We had a breakdown. He's going way too fast on that last run, and we've got a breakdown here, guys. Might need a repair crew to come in, and it's been going over those bumps. That's the problem. It's going over those bumps so fast that uh, we'll get a repair crew in here and get this fixed up as soon as we can. Sorry for the break in service, all the passengers. If you can just wait a minute, and we'll be underway again in just a moment. Just stay calm, and everything will be fine. We're taking a thumbnail picture. Okay, while the passengers are sitting there calmly, let's work out what the hell went wrong. I shouldn't be stopping on an express line that has no other train on it and has barely any signals anywhere. Like, okay, if I put a signal here, um, yeah, I can put a signal here, right? And for some reason, there's a train heading towards me. Like, why is there a train heading towards me? You are not meant to be on this line, sir. Please stop. Desist. Go back in the other direction. Okay, and he should be on, I don't know which one, but he shouldn't be on this line. Okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. This signal, got to be real careful when deleting new stations. Okay, this signal is meant to be going, is the upline to Hemsworth. Sorry, is the downline from Hemsworth down to Staines. I had that around the wrong way, but I I've got all these other ones the correct way around, right? I think because on the express line there was no signals before which allowed this train to come onto this line because there was no signals on it. And now I've got signals on it. It's preventing them from joining this line. So the lines are right now. I just need to get this guy off the line. So he'll go through that signal the wrong way, which he should. I'll let him do that. That's fine. Just this once though, buddy. All right? And you can get your backside off the line and clear the way for my express train to come through. And I think you're fired. I don't think you have a job anymore, mate. When you get back to the depot, you might find that you're fired. Just warning you. Okay. I'm not happy with him. Okay, where are we at? Right, I'm happy with that. That train should go through there now without a problem, and it shouldn't have any more trains coming onto that line. And you, my friend, you're the Scotsman, right? We might want to fix this up here for a second. Excuse me, let's have a look. Oh yeah, we've got 1,000 people sitting here. More than 1,000, 1,100 people. Okay, I think the plan is if I put some extra passenger passenger cars on the Scotsman here, he's only carrying 180, and he can handle these lighter cars all the way out to 320 meters. So these are only 24,000 kilos at 20 capacity, which is a good capacity for that. And they're shorter too, so you can fit more cars on. 320 meters is 300 passengers. Oh my God. 300 passengers, that'll eat into our issues with passengers on stations very quickly. And we can also upgrade the Hiawatha. Yeah, where is the Hiawatha actually? Oh, you're right here. Okay. I think we can upgrade you to those newer cars that have a higher capacity, and they're not the first class cars, they're the second class cars that we were using on the express train. And I think they will look nice on the Hiawatha here. It's the sort of the light blue teal colored. Where are we? Where are we? Up here. Yeah. Yeah, the ocean blue ivory BM 235s. We can use those. How do I select you again? Yeah, okay, there. 200 kilometers, 21 capacity, loading speed 2. Yeah. And these are heavy, but speed is not important here. Looks, and he also now carries a decent amount of passengers, 231 as well. Yeah, so that will help out with the passenger situation as well, because he could only carry 150 before. And all of these Flying Scotsmen on the Fordwich line, they could all be upgraded actually to 300 passengers. They're currently only got 9 cars on them for 180 passengers. Now, I'm not going to do that right now because I have to do them individually. So I'll do them later, okay? Yeah, no, I don't want to do them now. I will do them before next episode. Oh my God, there's still a lot of people there. Okay. Uh, let's finish up because this has been a really long episode. Apologies, guys. Um, Iron Train, which is losing a little bit of money, but nowhere near as bad as what it was before. Coal Train, uh, making money now, which is better than losing money like it was earlier. This should be the second iron train. Yeah, kind of losing a little bit of cash there. You're right. You're going back to Hemsworth with all sorts of goodies there. Um, we've got a few trains on that line now. We've got this is the steel and parts which are heading in, and the same train is coming back with what fuel? That was a whole heap of fuel on that train, right? Yeah. Because these state cars can carry almost anything except food. Oh my God, they've been delivering a whole heap of fuel here. I knew Staines has primary demand for fuel, and I probably only have a couple of trucks on this set up from when I initially set it up, just to yeah, just two trucks to draw the demand over to here. I didn't think it would go crazy like this, but because the fuel refinery is probably it's maxing out now. Staines used to draw its fuel from the south, and that was competing with all of the towns in the south. So um, if it can draw its fuel from up here instead, that will help the towns in the south expand even further with more fuel down there. I like these trucks, right? Um, again, a modded version of a Volvo truck that has a whole category of trucks that that you can pick from. These four trucks, will they be enough? There's 300 here, and that train has just pulled in and delivered even more. We've got 430. They should eat into that real quick and get it down under the capacity of the depot. Yeah, okay, we're under the 400 capacity, and we've got more trucks lining up. They should get this down pretty quickly, actually. We've got something like six six trucks on the line. Um, yeah, and it'll be a minute before the next load of fuel comes in. So if they can get this down to under 300, which they will on this next pickup, um, let's look at this truck for a minute. What do we got? Well, we started off at 20,000. I was watching the weight go from 20,000 or less than 20,000 up to 58,000 kilos once it's full. Making money as well. Okay. Yeah, because there was only two trucks on it. That's why. Of course they were making money. They were always full. Um, and we've got six. So let's go with another two. We'll make it eight. And that's probably too much. Once they get it down, we'll probably have an issue with trucks later on stacking here if I leave the eight trucks on. But I just want to get all of that fuel delivered. This is our planks truck depot here, and we're using these logging trucks for our logging and our planks. That's all you can use them for, those stake trucks. But they're nice for your logging trucks. And this crude is totally under control. That's great. And the oil should be totally under control as well. Yeah, they're all waiting till full. And it brings us all the way back around to where we started this episode. And all of our fuel has gone from here because it's all been shipped over to Staines. So you shouldn't be on this side of the line. You're empty. We're going to sell you because you're sitting there waiting, and we've got another truck coming around the corner. So we will ask you to go because we don't want you to hold up. Look, this has been a huge episode. Thank you very much for watching. Um, like and subscribe if you've got the time to press the button. Just take you a second. Hope to see you back here next episode, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.